Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I have realized that there is a big contrast on how Kenyans rate their leaders and how outsiders view the very leaders. Kenyans rate their leaders very low, but when those leaders cross the borders, they win accolades. For example, just the other day, Kenyans rated the Kenya Kwanza government at a flat rate of a D or something. William Ruto himself got a C minus, I think, in an opinion poll that was conducted and accepted by, I think, 3 opinion polls, with the deputy Rigathi Gachagua being rated at a D. All the cabinet secretaries, except a few, were rated at a C or D or thereabout. But William Ruto shines when he crosses the borders and he speaks on European Union Parliament, and they give him a standing ovation. Joe Biden singles out William Ruto for his role on Haiti and peacekeeping and all this. Chebukati, a man who has been perceived as the person who bungled our election, not only one election, but now 3 elections, if I'm not wrong. In one of them, our IT guru, Musando, died when he was manning those elections. Rosalyn Koome had to run for her dear life. And even in the last election, Cherera and Irene Masit are still asylum in other countries. And Chebukati and IEBC won election management award in Lisbon. If you come back and ask people to rate Chebukati, they will give him 2%. The latest information is that Madam Martha Koome, another good lady who people believe aided the victory of William Ruto and is one of the people who is responsible for what we are going through as Kenyans today. Now, Martha Koome won what we call the African Female Personality of the Year. The African Female Personality of the Year. And this ceremony was held at Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, and it's recorded that Chief Justice Martha Koome was on Friday night fitted with the African Female Leader of the Year Award 2023 at the African Persons of the Year Award ceremony held in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Now, what exactly did they look at, or what are some of the achievements that planned Madam Koome to win this award? They're saying that Koome was voted for her trailblazing leadership as the first female Chief Justice of Kenya. And I want us to go just pole. The first female Chief Justice in Kenya. I agree, she's the first one. You cannot take that from her. And for her accomplishment in the judiciary. Accomplishment. And I want to see what they mean by accomplishment. And they say that especially in improving access to justice. I don't know. Improving access to justice, promoting gender equality within the legal system, and advancing judicial reforms to strengthen the rule of law. Even from that point alone, I don't know how far, to what extent you agree or disagree, that Madam Koome has made a lot of changes, improving access to justice, promoting gender equality within the system, and advancing social reforms to strengthen the rule of law. I don't think so. Now, this is what Madam Koome herself gave us, because I want us to get it from her, the message that she had after winning this award, and you will understand exactly what I mean. Madam Koome is saying that I was honored to receive the African Female Leader of the Year Award 2023 at a ceremony held last night in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This initiative is much more than an award ceremony. It is a vital instrument for nurturing a culture of excellence. I want you to look at that, a culture of excellence within Africa. By celebrating achievement, we inspire one another to higher levels of performance and impact in our various fields of endeavor. This award, however, is not mine alone to claim. It is an accolade that I dedicate wholeheartedly to the institution I am privileged to lead, the judiciary of Kenya. So she's dedicating that award. This recognition shines a light on our collective endeavor to establish a justice system that is truly people-centered. People-centered, that is what Martha Koome feels. A system that is responsive and attuned to the needs, experiences, and expectations of the Kenyan people, especially those who are marginalized and vulnerable. These individuals, often overlooked, are the very ones who most require the protection and service of our justice system. This recognition is, above all, an encouragement. It spurs us to persist in our pursuit of leadership excellence and to relentlessly enhance the quality of service delivery by our institutions. It is a call to action for all of us to continue working tirelessly for the advancement of our continent and its people. As I finish, let us recommit ourselves to the cause of Africa's development, to the nurturing of a culture of excellence. Now, excellence has been mentioned almost thrice, and to the building of systems and institutions that truly work for the benefit of all our people. Together, we can forge a brighter, more prosperous future for Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, Martha Koome being fitted with an award, winning an accolade as the African female of the year. Why? She is the first female chief justice in Kenya. That she has achieved reforms, including, gender equality, access to justice, and herself, she's confirming that she has now established a people-centric judiciary, one that is working towards the expectations of the people. If you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly disagree. And I want to tell you why I don't believe that this Kenyan leader deserves this award. But I agree that she is the first female chief justice. And when she was brought on board, people had a lot of expectations on her because we also understood that she had a background of an activism. And so we thought that in an environment where the executive is always intimidating the judiciary, she was going to stand firm and steadfast. But that has not happened. Now, our very good Chief Justice procured one of the most contested elections. From the hands of the IEBC, Kenyans were looking up to her, together with the other judges, to look at the nitty-gritties and give Kenyans justice. She threw away every prayer from the opposition. That was not enough. The manner in which she handled that election, the language, the non-judicial language, hot air, wild goose chase, today it still haunts her. Because I remember sometimes while she was in the US, she was asked why she used such terms, and her only defense was, those are English words. This is something that still haunts her today, because I'm telling you, she cannot walk freely in the streets of Nairobi, because people are still bitter, because that was a blatant ruling in the face of truth, where Jose Camargo had procured to us an election that really depended on the judiciary to nullify. And so with that, I still believe she does not, because just being the first female Chief Justice is not enough. The reforms that you bring on board. Number two, she is the one that is being used to legalize the orders from the West. It is like Kenya. Someone was telling me that we are a devolved function from the USA. Kenya is like a county government from the national government USA. When the USA wanted GMO, genetically modified organisms, it was the judiciary that she leads that gave it the green light. When the USA wanted Kenya to kind of legalize LGBTQ, it was the Supreme Court led by Madam Martha Koome that gave the green light and said that the LGBTQ plus community has got a right and freedom of association and all that. In other words, Ruto just realized that he could not, legalize LGBTQ while at the same time he says he's a man of God. This was going to put him against the church that he used to become the president, because he campaigned solely and he still perpetuates it, going to churches and saying that their win was given by God. So what does he do? They go through the back door, and Madam Martha Koome legalizes all these things. Very soon, I will not be surprised if we start legalizing prostitution and abortion, because this office is being used to perpetuate and condone all these kind of the Western practices. Number 3, Madam Martha Koome has failed to protect the judges against the threats and onslaught and intimidation from the executive. When William Ruto declared that he was not going to obey court orders, why? Because he felt that some people were conniving together to sabotage his agenda, including the housing levy, including now the defunct NHIF that has been declared, I think now, null and void. They are beginning a new system, including the Haiti thing. And William Ruto said that he was going to continue with whatever he wanted, and if the courts felt aggrieved, they would ask the people who want those services. And when Ruto threatened the judges, Madam Martha Koome did not come fully to protect the judges. She made certain statements just because of out of pressure. People were asking, where are you, Koome? She was cautioned against going to meet Ruto in State House. They met there, and what came out was even more shocking, because we were told that they are now, trying to nurture Chebukati to come back and take over after she retires, to ensure that 2027 will be a done deal. And Madam Martha Koome has perpetuated the state capture. She's never independent. She's not exercising the autonomy and authority that she has been given by the people of Kenya. And this is what I'm saying that she does not deserve. Let me give you an example. Any judge who goes against William Ruto, I can give you an example. Judge Nyoto, who had condemned the way these institutions are being, some of the institutions are being used to perpetuate corruption. And by casting aspersion on these institutions and their heads are being appointed by William Ruto, in a way, you are also accusing William Ruto. Judge Nyoto was transferred to Keroka. Judge Thande, who ruled against William Ruto, the first ruling on housing levy and declared it illegal, was transferred to Mombasa. So this is the kind of state capture that I'm talking about. The executive will intimidate the judges, but nothing happens. Instead, if they stand on their grounds and make certain rulings, they are transferred. And on that note, I don't think she deserves this. It is indicated that the judiciary is one of the most corrupt institutions. They will always rule in favor of the highest bidder. And this we know, not only this one, but the police and all that. Leading a corrupt institution that is not independent, still dancing to the tune of the executive, perpetuating the Western culture against our chagrin, I don't think she deserves any kind of accolade. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I disagree. And if you look at the kind of responses that she got, people really chased her on social media. People, gave her a lot of responses. Hot air, kwenda huko, you are wewe ni bibi Ruto. People really wrote quite a lot of things that I don't want to read. I don't know what you think about this, but personally, this award is simply hot air.